Howdy, all you collector car fans. This is Jason, the owner and founder of Southern Motorsports. Boy, look at those Shelbys right there. Well, we're going to be taking you on a trip to the Great White North. I'll tell you what, these boys in Winnipeg, I'll tell you what, they may be farmers and cattle people and all that other stuff, but they sure as hell know how to collect these cars. That was a heck of a trip up there. Edmonton, Winnipeg. Actually, I can't remember what it was. I believe it was Edmonton that I was up at. Boy, I tell you, these guys had some cars stuffed away that you wouldn't believe it. These two Shelbys right here, all original, untouched cars. Both original paint cars. Both had never been taken apart before. I was called in by a guy up there that fixed steering wheels and restored steering wheels for old cars. And I basically told him I'm not wasting your time, and I paid him for his time, paid him for the day, and he took me around to all of his friends. It was just so weird and cool to see all these cars that these farmers and stuff had stuffed away. I mean, us Canadian boys, we know what these cars are worth, and a lot of these cars actually came from Canada. This place here that I went to, this was like a junkyard, and the guy was really cool. He didn't mind me taking pictures and that. And I thought everything was for sale. I definitely wanted that hearse old. But when it come to actually buying cars, he just kind of got a little bit funny. But he let me take pictures, and he had some really cool stuff. And this guy was hardcore farmer. He had cattle all around him. There's a Roadrunner right there. A lot of stuff that he found, just bought around this town. I heard that he bought stuff around the town. Yeah, you know what convertible that is right there. I don't even have to explain that. You got to be a Mopar guy to understand that one. Yep, that's a Corvette, and it's got crap piled on top of it. I can't remember what that was beside it, but it was pretty cool too. That was a you can't see the headlight covers are up on it, but that was the '69 Charger RT, rough but totally untouched car. There's that Camaro Z28 again. That was pretty cool. It looked like that one was just about ready for paint. Been put back together. Yeah, I had Camaros all over the place. Look at this stuff just piled in there like that. Just find it, collect it, find it, collect it. Yep, that right there is the 69 442 convertible. Rough but complete. Some of these cars out there, like, what is that? Look at all those round taillights. That must have been one of those custom coupe cars or something. I think that's an old Willys right there. Not too familiar with those super old cars, but these cars were just packed in these buildings. He had cow barns and chicken barns all over the place. Oh, what do you think? That's could possibly be? Yeah, a 71 Cuda convertible. I believe that was a convertible. Just fields packed full of these cars. It was unbelievable. There's that other side of that yellow Camaro. I think that was a Z28 too. There's a nice, I think that was a 69 442. Just had stuff sitting all over the place. It was just, and it's like he knew what he had. He didn't care when it came to asking about actual prices. I came a really long distance. I wanted to buy something. Oh, that's right. That was the 302 Zapper Z28. Like I said before, I haven't seen these pictures in so many years. I think that's that same 69 Charger RT, just in a different angle right there. Oh, this is crazy. I think that's what was left of a Shelby Mustang. I think that's I don't know what that is. I think that was a 442 right there. Yellow Camaro. I said this guy had stuff stuck all over the place. It was just building after building after building. And some of the places he wouldn't let me take pictures of. Well, look at this. He probably collected these cars more for scrap metal, but that's a Beaumont over there. There's an older 440. I think that was a Cutlass, not a 442. I think it was just a Cutlass. Another one of that Z28. They're not the same pictures because it was really weird about me taking pictures up there. He didn't really want many pictures taken. Or another shot of that Corvette. Look at all the crap in those garages. Craziest thing is this guy had a lot of NOS parts. Look at that beauty convertible right there. Super solid, really untouched car, ready to be restored. Darts, Roadrunners, just all lined up. The guy didn't waste anything. He didn't throw anything out. That right there was a real Boss 302 Mustang. Nothing left on it but the VIN number, but when the VIN number got ran, it was a real Boss 302 Mustang. There's another 442 convertible. Yeah, yeah, that was that 71 Cuda convertible. I believe it was a 340 car, Guild Fender car. There's another Cutlass convertible, 442. Just stuffed absolutely everywhere. I wish people could experience what I experienced when I was going through this guy's place. He had NOS parts. People would kill for these NOS parts. Had them lying all over the place. I can't remember what that was. That was what I think that's what was left of it. A Shelby Mustang. That's a '57 Chevy Bel Air convertible beside it. Engines. Look at these engines and transmissions. I kept taking pictures of this 440 because I really wanted that car, but he just wouldn't sell it. It was a real hearse old. He just wouldn't sell it. There's another convertible. I think it was 442 convertible. A little rusty on my cars, but you know I do the best I can because it's just cars stuffed everywhere. It was mind blowing what this guy had done. The convertible right there in front. Another 442 convertible there. It was endless. 442 convertible. I really wanted that one too. I'm probably going to do a part 2 on this because there was just so much stuff. Then I ended up going over to this other guy. This guy was a cattle farmer. It was crazy. There was cattle all over the place. But he had this garage and all these super cool cars in there, restored cars. Like, look at that Dart. 1970 Dart 340 Swinger. God, that was a beautiful car. You know, 346-pack TA. All of his cars were pristine. This guy knew how to collect cars. He knew how to get them restored. And a Barracuda. But this guy knew his stuff. He liked quality. He liked good quality stuff. He had little signs made up for all of his cars. That was a beauty right there. You know, everything that he had on his property in this building was all documented and, you know, first-class collector. But this is in the middle of a farm in Edmonton. Just me jumping back to the other 69 Charger. Some of my pictures get mixed up. Look at that T8. Just a beautiful example of a properly restored car. 340, 71 340 convertible. Just sitting in the middle of a building in the middle of a farm in Edmonton. Oh, that Charger. If I remember right, that was a Hemi Charger. 71 Hemi Charger, 426 Hemi Charger. Oh, no, 446 back. There you go. God, look at that thing. I wanted that thing. His prices were high. All of his stuff was for sale, but his prices were top retail. This is a good shot of all the cars. Not a big building, you know, but he definitely had a very pristine collection that he had set up, and, you know, he knew it. But everything was for sale. You know, there was a RT Challenger, I believe. It was a 440 RT Challenger. That was a 446-pack Roadrunner. I mean, his collection was just mind-blowing. These cars look like they rolled off the assembly line. 70 Challenger RT convertible. All of his stuff was pristine. All of his collection was so well restored. These are rotisserie restored cars, 100%. There's that Challenger convertible. That car was just like ridiculously restored. Probably NOS parts. Yeah, Panther Pink. That was an original Panther Pink AAR Cuda. Unbelievable, this guy's collection. Look at that. The car doesn't even look real. It almost looks fake. It's so perfect. Everything's so shiny. But this is the kind of restoration work that this guy demanded for his cars. When he bought them, he found the cars and restored the cars. It wasn't he bought restored cars. I don't even know what the point of that big boy was, but it was beautiful. It was a convertible. It was beautiful. Same with that one. That car was beautiful too. Just locking time and place. That's what these cars were. That's what this guy did. His entire collection was all about doing it right. I think that was a Barracuda convertible. He didn't want me to take the cover off that car. I think it was something to do with the new top on it or something like that. That's 69.5 lift-off hood Super B. Yeah, the car was absolutely perfect. There's that Roadrunner, or that Challenger convertible again. This stuff was just so pristine. To 70, I think it was a 7340 Barracuda. That was another 69 or 71 Charger RT. That was a convertible he was working on. The car was in the process. I believe a lot of restoration work was done right on his property, in another building. 446 back. Oh, look at that. There's that 446 back Roadrunner with that cover off. What a beautiful car. The paint was like so thick. It's the way they did it back in the day. Look at that right there. Nice convertible. Beautiful. Restoration work was just mind-blowing. I don't know, that almost looks like that Christine car, but it's not the Christine car. Another picture of that six-pack motor. It's just a beautiful engine compartment. I mean, everything was just perfect on it. This car right here, I wasn't able to get too many pictures of because it was so close to the wall. He didn't want me to lift the hood up and all that stuff. A little weird about that car, but she was definitely a beautiful car. I guess it's one of those things you really had to see these cars in person because it's like the paint was so thick. But, thanks for coming by and checking out another Tales from the Bush from Southern Bush Motorsports, and we'll see you again soon.